Hey YouTube, man. In today's video we're gonna be going over three very important topics. I'm gonna start off basically why the FGC hates MK1. I'm gonna start off with character specifics. Like I got all the stuff in the description, like all the timestamps or whatever, so you can just go and watch it first, or you can go and click whichever one you wanna skip to first. But the first thing I'm gonna talk about is character specifics. So basically, as we all know, every character in this game is weak. Every character in this game, including Homelander, including pre-patch Peacemaker, and including Johnny Cage, are all terrible. But the only thing that I do want to talk about is I want to talk about like the basically character specific traits. So, and I'm gonna also talk about some of the cameos too. But basically, like Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage has his star power. Um, Gears has like the rewind time feature, and like even Mavado has like the thing where he could do the slide. Like after, like when you're on the ground, he does the slide. Mavado is the only character in the game that can actually do that. So I'm gonna basically just go ahead and skip to where's Mavado? I don't pick him. Oh, he's over here. Um, Sliding home. So that right there, that should be something that's universal for every single cameo in the game, because that's something like that should be universal. It's a free, not 50%, but it's a free what is that, 5%? Like that should be universal for every single cameo in the game, and I don't know why it's not. Basically, when it comes to Johnny Cage's star power, you could tell Johnny Cage was one of the first characters, if not the first character, that they started working on when they knew they had to switch to or when they thought they had to switch to MK. So his star power, right? What? How do you even do it? Because I don't use Johnny. So that, right? Boom. So Johnny Cage gets hype. Like I know it feels like it's going down fast, but it's not. So he gets hype, and then he's able to do the same move 2 times. Like how they thought this was a good idea to just give this to him, especially being fully safe. So why doesn't every character in the game have that? Like every single character in this game should all have hype, and they should just call it that, because for Johnny Cage it's obviously like star power, but Liu Kang, it wouldn't be called that. It would just be called like Shaolin power or something like that. Hype should be something as universal between every single character, the same way Mavado's slide is universal between everybody. Give everybody power. But this right here, being able to do the same move 2 times without spending any meter, he's just spinning hype, is just, that's insane. Like like that's just crazy. But every character should have hype. The Mavado slide should be universal between every single cameo. Obviously, Liu Kang wouldn't like point at the screen and there wouldn't be camera flashes, but what if there were like dragon flames that just came across his body, and he stood like in that pose that he stands in MKX when he does his combo breaker. All right, now I'm gonna talk about single player content. This part of the video, shouldn't be that long, but single player content. So after you do story mode, there's literally nothing else to do. There's no crypt, which is just insane because they didn't even. I mean, they should, because why would you downgrade? But they didn't have to make it like MK11's, where it felt like an entirely new game inside of a game. Like they could have just made it like MK9 or MKX, like how it's like just an upgraded version of like the classic crypt, where there's a bunch of tombstones and you go all over the place looking for certain stuff. Obviously not characters, but like, because that's just like, nobody's gonna want it. People would complain. Like if they hid characters like that, people would complain. But they should just have it to where, like, obviously there's outfits, and I don't make it random because that's just like very stupid. But just make everything to where it's like, just make it like a bunch of different tombstones. Every single costume is just like there, and you obviously get money from playing story and playing through even local matches, online matches, obviously arcades, like the ladders and like the towers and stuff like that. You get coins from playing that, so you just go to the crypt and you can just buy all the costumes. Obviously you can buy like color palettes for them, like like Liu Kang's bracers and stuff like that, all types of different stuff. But just like, there should be a crypt mode, and there's not. Invasions is fun for like the first what, 30 minutes when you're in the cage mansion and there's actually like him voicing over stuff. And then it's just like, it's like comparing that is like comparing Metal Gear Solid 5, how like the first hour of that game is good, and then after the hospital, it's like, why are you even playing the game? But Invasions is trash. They could have made it very great, but it's terrible. You can tell it was rushed. They're trying, they're trying their hardest to like stick with it, but they know that none of us care about it, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna pull the plug on that soon. But if they don't, I mean, it's not really a W if they don't, because no one cares about it in the first place. But Invasions is trash. There's no crit mode. There's the customization is like, it's so much weaker. There are skins that are still locked behind Combat League, which I don't agree with, or at least put them in like the little, not even Warrior Shrine, because that's another topic that we gotta talk about. Put them in a little thing where you could just buy all the costumes or whatever, like in the little dragon area, which is like their makeup of not having a crypt, which is very stupid. And then you can't even spend like 100. You can't spend like 100,000 coins at once. You can only spend like 10,000. And at first you could only do like 1,000 each, which was like one spin at a time or whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, they need to add in way more single player content. The DLC is gonna be terrible. That just made another topic that I'm gonna talk about in this video. But that's basically it for the single player content. Add a crypt, change Invasions completely, or just do something with it. Customization's bad. There's just nothing to do when it comes to single player stuff. There's nothing to do. And then obviously there's like the quality of life things, like there's no flawless victory sound effect when you get a flawless. Like there's just some small minor things that they have to add with that. But now I'm gonna move on to talking about the multiplayer content. Alright, so when it comes to multiplayer content, it's the online connectivity is not bad, obviously, when both people are wired with stuff like that, but it took forever for them to add crossplay. They just added it. Or I think it's only been in the game for a few months. It should have been in the game at the very beginning. Day one, the crossplay should have been a thing. On practice lobbies still have not happened. Practice lobbies still don't work. They're still not available. The Warrior Shrine, whatever that possibly is, which we know it's not going to be anything good because it's related to MK1, and there are very few good things about this game. But the Warrior Shrine still does not exist. There is still, like, there's no practice lobbies, which is stupid. Like, you literally have to be in a match to fight it, to, like, even learn anything. You can't just sit there and practice with somebody, which is very much needed, especially for people who aren't good at the game, who want to get better, and they don't just want to spend 90 seconds fighting. They want to spend as much time as they can to actually get good and learn the combos and learn tech and learn everything about the game, and it just doesn't exist. Once again, like I said, Warrior Shrine is not a thing. We don't know what it's going to be, but we know it's not going to be good. And they just need to do a lot. Like, there needs to be like an area, like an online hub area, just like how Street Fighter has it. Because Mortal Kombat clearly, like NRS can clearly do these things. Look at the crit mode for MK11. Like, it was a lot to do in that. There should be an online hub area where you could play the old games. Like, you play MK1, 2, and UMK3 against like your friends in the online hub lobby, in a hub like a hub world. It can literally be like the Wuxi Academy or something like that. Like, it could be an entire, like, inside of the academy, or inside, like, it could be like a museum. They basically just call it a museum, and there's posters on the walls, and there's the arcade cabinets where you can go and play against your friends. And maybe you can even earn like the classic costumes through that. Like, they need to add that online and just make that a thing to just make even like online content much better. But the very last thing I'm gonna talk about is the combat pack. So let's get into that one as well. All right, so combat pack 2 and Takeda. So I'm gonna talk about Takeda first. Takeda actually looked fun in the little teaser that they dropped, but I'm not expecting him to be very good at all. Or I hope he is, but I don't expect him to play like MKX. If he does, then I know most people will like it. Some people will complain that he's too fast and that he takes too much skill. But if he does play like his MKX stuff, it'll definitely be, hopefully, an eye opener for NRS. But yeah, like I said, hopefully it's a eye opener for NRS that people want characters to play like Takeda. Hopefully the combo that we seen in the video is not his only viable one, because they love making 10 combos for a character and only 2 of them are actually worth using. As y'all can see, I'm switching to Chameleon because Kun Lao is just not gonna get the job done forever. But like I said, and that's another thing that I didn't talk about when it came to character specifics. Chameleon just being this good, like she's very, very good. The fact that you can use 3 different options or 3 different things in one is very fun, and they should have went about the whole game just that. Like that's kind of like a variation system, which would kind of add into my point with the combat pack. So I don't think variations should come back like MKX. I didn't hate it. I just don't think it should come back. I think characters should have all the tools in one. You should give all the tools to a character in one setting to where like it's universal to everybody. But and that goes forward with Combat Pack 2. Whoever we do get, like I wish YouTubers would stop saying that, oh guys, Combat Pack 2 is coming and I'm so hyped for them. Why are you hyped for them? They're gonna play like everybody else because this is Mortal Kombat 1. And I don't mean, oh, they're all gonna have the same moves and same looking moves and same buttons. I mean, they're all going to play like trash, and they're all going to suck, and they're all going to have 2 valuable combos, and they're just not gonna be fun to use. Hopefully I'm wrong. If I am wrong, please come back here and flood my comments with, oh, you were wrong, you were blah blah blah. Please, I hope I'm wrong, but I know I'm not gonna be. But yeah, whoever we do get for Combat Pack 2, I'm actually gonna tell y'all like a little wish list later on or whatever, but like drastic wish list. But whoever we do get, they're not gonna be fun, but hopefully they are, and hopefully like NRS goes a completely different route when it comes to making those characters, and hopefully they are fun. Like hopefully they're more MK9 or MKX oriented and not MK1. But when it does come to the comment pack, let me know in the comments who y'all actually would rather see in the game. I'm thinking it already got leaked by now, like Conan the Barbarian, Ghostface, and all types of stuff. But one thing that I've actually been saying since the beginning of MK9, like if I could have any super drastic combat pack pick, like some random character from any other fictional story throughout media, whether it's a game, a movie, TV show, manga, whatever it is. The one character, now I'm pretty sure I made a video about this a very long time ago, but the one character that I would actually love to see in Mortal Kombat, I know it would be, it's never gonna happen, I know it would be like super just weird to see him in the game, but if I could pick any character to be in Mortal Kombat, it would actually be Cell from Dragon Ball. That universe, like there's obviously been characters who have gotten their arms literally punched off. Tien gets his whole arm literally punched off in season 1 of Dragon Ball Z. Yamcha got a hand through his chest in the Cell Saga. Like Piccolo has lost his arm like 5 times. There's been like multiple different like true fatality casualties in Dragon Ball. So if I could have any super drastic pick that just seems like it doesn't make sense when you say it out loud, it would be Cell from Dragon Ball, just because he is a villain and he fits more, and obviously nobody wants to see, like, even like when Videl got hurt in the show, like it is kind of hard to watch that even still to this day as an adult. But that's all I want to talk about, why the FGC hates Mortal Kombat. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, please share, this is important, and I'm out, bruh.